We're talking about a 23% sales growth, which sounds pretty impressive, but it's down sharply from the 39% pace seen in the previous quarter.
Yeah, that's right. It's worth taking a step back here, though. Remember, Huawei is a private company. It does not have to report financial details the way publicly held companies do. What you're seeing here is a little bit of performance art. Huawei is coming out. They're talking about what their financials are because they want to signal to the outside world that they're still here, they're still growing. 23% is, as you say, a slowdown from the earlier figures, but it's still pretty strong. And the company is trying to open up a bit. It's trying to move away from this very secretive practice that it had in the past where it didn't talk about these kinds of things. And it wants to signal that it's going to fight against the U.S. sanctions, the U.S. blacklisting, and continue to supply its customers as best as it possibly can at this point.
Yeah, that pivot to being more open, of course, reflected in the chairman speaking to our Tom McKenzie, and we'll, of course, get more details on that later on. Meantime, though, Peter, Huawei is certainly preparing and bracing for the worst because of the U.S. limitations on what it can do. Give us a sense of the preparations it's been making.
Right. Well, our China team has been reporting deeply on this. From the outside, of course, the U.S. has blacklisted the company, stopped it from buying the American technology that it needs to make a lot of its products. Internally, the troops have really been rallied, though. They feel like they're under attack. They've been working around the clock, literally 24 hours a day, trying to re-engineer their products so that they don't need some of these American components that they have been buying historically, trying to stockpile components also so that they have as steady a supplies as they possibly can. They're also paying out bonuses to employees who help make these things happen. So the company is really rallying at this point. It's a very different perspective than the U.S. Take on this, that this company is a threat, that it's helping out the Chinese government in some of these dangerous activities around the world.